What's up, guys? Back with me is here. We got The Fosters, Season 1, Episode 8, Clean. Okay, so this episode starts off with everyone with everyone at the dinner table, and Brandon's talking about how his teacher is, like, he's playing the music in the background, and so yeah, so then Steph pulled Callie aside, and is like, hey, Sarah has been taken out of the homesteads, and she's talking to Bill who's taken Sarah out of the homestead, and she's talking to the DA about Liam. So yeah, and she says, I just wanted to tell you that. So yeah, at least she told them. At least she told them about Sarah, because Sarah, if that wouldn't have happened, Liam would have probably continued using Liam Homestead, probably continued using Sarah, and he would have been able to. Yeah, but I'm glad she's out, because now she's out, so yeah, when Mariana gets a call, the phone starts ringing, and Mariana answers, and it's from Anna, and Mariana's like, I don't got any money, and she's like, yeah, but you said that I could sell anything that you would miss, and she's like, no, yeah, you said that, and she's like, I'm not stealing from my mom, and she's like, I'm your mom, and she's like, gotta go, and he just comes over and says, who is that? So yeah, Anna's still doing what she does, and convincing Maya. I'm glad Mariana's finally wised up and kind of like, oh yeah, Anna cannot be trusted because she takes money from you and emotionally uses you to get what she wants. But Mariana's wising up. So yeah, so after that, Lexi shows up. So Lexi shows up and she's like, hey Jesus, do you want to hang out? And he's like, no, I gotta go. This is for tomorrow. And basically, he's gotta go because he gotta help Mariana go. He and Mariana go to Anna's house. And this is actually the first time Anna has seen Jesus in years. And yeah. So, yeah, and he's just, Mariana's like, we came here to tell you that we can't give you any more money. And yeah, and then this Bruce guy comes over, and she's like, this Evan, this is my kid, Mariana, Jesus, and he's like, I'm going out, and she's like, wait, you get me something? He's like, do you got money? And she's like, no. So yeah, and she's like, I need money to get out of here, and she's like, I thought you said the money was for rehab, and she's like, it was, but I need to get out of here. He's on drugs, he's always high, and every time she tries to say something, he yells at her, and he's just like, we can't give you any more money, and yeah. So yeah, I don't think Jude's in this episode. Sorry, I will miss you again, Jude. I don't know why you keep missing out on the episode, but maybe you'll be in the next one. But you keep missing out on the episode, which I like Jude. He's the best character. So anyway, yeah. So Callie and Wyatt are talking, and and he's like, yeah, you totally made me look like I was just trying to bad guy. You totally lamented me for attacking, and she's like, I'm sorry. He's like, why don't you go tell Brandon about your problems? And she's like, Wyatt, there's nothing wrong between me and Brandon. He's like, tell me about Liam. And she's like, he knew him from her in foster home. He's out of her life. He's finally out of her life, and he's like, wow, you opened up. And she's like, I thought that's what you liked about me. She's too screwed up, but she's also a bit mysterious. And he's like, you're a little bit too screwed up. So yeah. So so yeah. So then we see Brandon at his like music audition thing, and the guy and the music teacher. Sorry, the teacher. He looks so bored. He just looks like he wants to fall asleep. And once Brandon's done, he's like, bro, I'm not like that. You need you need to have you need to have shown pain. And he starts talking about how Beethoven originally wanted to end his life. He starts talking about this messed up thing about Beethoven, and Beethoven wanted to end his life, but then he decided not to, and made actually the messed up part is talking about Beethoven wanted to end his life, but the beautiful part is about Beethoven creating a creating a great piece. So yeah, basically he talks about that. So yeah. So let me. So yeah. So also. So yeah. So we see Steph and and Steph kind of sees something off of Mike, and Mike's like, yeah, he's just dealing with having to work extra hours, having to pay for Brandon's piano lessons, and then they see this guy, they get him, but then the guy punch Mike knocks him out, and Steph just grabs him by the shirt, pulls him down, and arrests him, and yeah, and of course their their Captain Roberts is not happy about this. Captain Roberts, I think she also played that director on Supergirl. So yeah, but anyway, she's not happy about this, and she's like, I need to talk to what happened out there, and she's like, Mike, I need to talk to Steph for a minute, and she's like, Steph, what's going on? Is Mike drinking again? And that's where we leave from there. So yeah, so 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 Jesus starts looking up these old women, starts looking at these women's shelters for Anna. He even ignores Lexi, which yeah, he's even ignoring Lexi, and Mariana's like, and he's just like, you don't have to tell me how what a user of birth mom is, but that doesn't mean we can't feel bad for her. And yeah, so he'll, so so yeah, so Talia is back, and basically she gives Brandon these tickets because she gives Brandon these Whippy tickets. That's a band that Brandon likes, and she was like they're supposed to go on their anniversary before everything happened, and she wants them to, and he wants him to use them, but Brandon's like, I don't want you to get the wrong idea about it, and she's like, I know, I just want you to use them. They're your favorite band. And Brandon just says sorry, and Talia takes the tickets. So yeah, but I feel like I get Brandon's idea that he doesn't want to give Talia the thing of, oh yeah, they could start something back up if he takes the tickets. But I get Talia's thing about her just wanting him to use the tickets for himself. I get both angles on this one. So yeah, at least Talia isn't annoying, and yeah. But speaking of annoying, Garner is a student in their math class. He basically is laughing at a video of a drunken Talia, and Brandon's like, hey, he's basically, he calls him a, I'm not gonna say what he said, but I interpret it as Garner being a butthole. But but so Talia goes to get it, but Talia, I meant Callie goes to confront Talia, and and Brandon and like and Callie basically says that she knows what Talia is going through, and Talia just ends the conversation with she needs to go fix her makeup. So yeah, and Brandon and Callie's like, hey, you need to get Talia a break, bro, and he's like, why? And she's like, she thinks me and Wyatt are together, and yeah, and he basically says the reason he broke up with Talia is because she turned into a whiny and jealous mess. But so forward says this. He said that Talia was doing stupid things, but now he's changing what he said, which kind of leads me to say this. Brandon, make up your mind. Why did you break up with Talia? Did she do stupid things, or was she a whiny, jealous man? Pick which one you want for your story, because you gotta pick either or. But anyway, yeah, because yeah, just like in episode 7. Yeah, just like in episode 7, where Callie changed the date of when she and Liam were in the foster house. Brandon doesn't know why he broke up with Talia. He either broke up because she was a white ghost mess, or because she was doing stupid things. Make up your mind. So anyway, we meet Lena's ex-girlfriend in this episode, and she in this episode, this dinner with Lena's ex is basically Lena's ex and Steph saying a bunch of things about Lena, and basically, and Lena takes it up as them going against her and basically ganging up on her, but Steph doesn't take it that way, and even invite Gretchen to their house to meet their kids. So yeah, so Mariana talks to Jesus, and she's like, "Hey, bro, you can never promise you can never go back to Anna's house. This is what she does. She makes you feel bad for her, and when she makes you feel bad for her, she uses you." And Jesus is like, "Hey, why don't we put her in this group home? This women's group home?" And she's like, then she'll ask for money for toothpaste or other stuff. This is what she does. She gets into your head and makes you feel bad for her. We can never go to the house again. And he's just like, "I promise." But immediately, he breaks that promise. But I'll get to that. So Jesus and Lexi are talking, and Lexi is just talking about how she feels alone because every time she sees, because of everything that's changed about finding out about her parents being illegal immigrants, she can't see a cop car without catching her breath. And yeah, and he's just like, "Hey, you got your parents, you got Mariana, you got me," and yeah, good being a boyfriend, Jesus. And yeah, but Jesus immediately breaks his promise to Mariana by going to Anna's house. Like he made a promise to her, and then you go to her house. You go to Anna's house. You made a promise to Mariana not to go there, and what you do, you go there. So, and he's like, hey, and Evan answers the door, and he's like, yeah. And he's like, is Anna here? And that's where we leave off with that. So, yeah, so then we see Callie and Wyatt, and Callie is like, "Hey, I have to go to this thing for this class. Do you want to come?" And he's like, "Can't, got a thing." And she's like, "When you're thinking it's boring, you know where to find me." Basically, they're trying to redo episode 4, but with Callie and instead of Callie having things, Wyatt does. And with Wyatt saying, "You know where to find," Callie says he knows where to find her. And yeah. Basically, episode 4 redone in that scene. So yeah, but anyway, so Gretchen comes over and they're like, "Where's Brandon?" And he's like, "Oh, he's out in Talia." And he's like, "Oh, are they back together?" He's like, "I guess so." No, just because he's out with Talia doesn't mean that they're back together. I don't get why they come to this conclusion. I don't get why they just say, "I guess so," because just because he's out with her, yeah. And then when we cut, and then they're like, "Hey, he's just asking to go on a night with Lexi." But when Mariana texts Lexi, Mariana's like, "Hey," let's say, texting her saying, "Hey, do you want to do something?" And she's like, texting her saying, "I thought you were with Jesus." And he's like, "No, he had to be home for dinner." And she's like, and Lexi texts, "Where is he?" So, yeah, so he's just basically lied to his own parents. I don't know why, but, So Jesus keeps going, and Jesus' voicemail is like, "Hey, Jesus, talk to him." That's basically his voicemail. And Mariana's like, "I don't care if you're in it, just make sure you're okay." And yeah, so then Callie goes to this movie theater, silent movie thing, and Wyatt shows up, and she's like, "You came." He's like, "Okay, this is a date, okay?" And she just says, "Okay," and then they start making fun of the movie about how they have then they have how it's a silent movie, and they speak, and they don't speak, and they start filling in the words, and then they make out. Wyatt and Callie make out. And yeah, so then we see Brandon and Talia, and Brandon starts saying about how he's going with that Marshall guy, and Talia's like, "Yeah, Brandon, this is what you dreamed for. You were so crushed last year when you didn't get in." And he's like, "I might not go anymore." And she's like, "What? This is your dream?" And he's like, "It's causing my dad to lose his money." And she's like, and he's also talking about pain. And he's like, "I never ever felt the pain that he's talking about." So yeah. So then Gretchen and so yeah. So yeah. So then Gretchen starts saying about how Lena would like to marry, and Lena's like, "I don't need a piece of paper to show my love and affection." She's like, "But you like it." And she's like, "Yeah." But then, but, and Steph's like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, but Lena, Mew, after that, kicks Gretchen out of the house, and Stephanie kind of get into a fight, and she's like, "I'm gonna say what she actually said." She's like, "Don't be an ass," and Steph's like, "Don't tell me how to react, Lena." And then that's when Mariana comes in saying how she was in contact with Anna, and how Jesus might be with her now. So Steph puts on her jacket. Actually, let's talk about the Mike stuff now. Steph, let's talk about the Mike stuff, because this would be a very interesting talk. Okay, so in this episode, Seth got a new partner because Mike revealed that he was drinking, because Brandon revealed to her that when Brandon was a kid, after the divorce, Mike started drinking, and then he accidentally went off the road with him in the car, and Steph was like, "Why didn't you tell me this?" And he's like, "Why didn't you tell me this?" And he's like, because he feared that she would never let him see Brandon see Mike again. And yeah, and then that's when after that, Captain Roberts asked if Mike was drinking. I don't know if Steph said yes, but Mike says, "Hey, you got a partner to further notes," and she was like, yeah, and Steph was like, when she's like, "You told Roberts I was drinking," and she's like, "No, I didn't." He's like, well, you put me on, Roberts put me on desk duty," and she's like, yeah, she's like, at the and she's like, everyone has, everyone has a drink for work staff, and she's like, "No, Mike, nobody doesn't have it," and he's like, at the at the, at the at work, before work, you were drinking at the container, you were drinking. He's like, "That's a party. That's a party. Was there a party last night and the party after that?" And yeah, so basically, he's like, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so Mike's got a new partner. Steph's got a new partner. But Mike shows up because they called him, and they go into the house, and all we hear is gunshots. Ending the episode. Okay, I don't know what this gunshot means. I don't want to believe Steph be dead, because she went into the house and all we could hear was dogs barking and the gunshot when they went into Anna's boyfriend's house. Which, doesn't Anna's boyfriend's house look a little different than the last time we saw it? It looks a little different. Did they go to the boyfriend's house? Did they go to Anna's house? I don't know, because from the shot they showed at the dark, it looks so different. I could be wrong, but yeah. But anyway, that's this episode. I liked it, and so yeah. So now we have to wonder. Now we have to wonder when I do it next time. I don't want stuff to be dead. I want Lena to what's gonna happen now that you know about Mariana talking to her birth mom. And where did Jesus go? Cause he knocked on his door. Where did he go? And yeah, where did he go? Because they gave him because they said Aunt was living in some crack house. So did they go to Aunt's house? Did they go to her boyfriend's house? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you next to Foster's.